Okay, so it's been a couple of days. But here we go. Another section. Two different topics I've been thinking about today. One is pay-to-play games or microtransaction type games, and the second is dealing with players as how do you deal with the speciality of players. I should really unplug the sound when I'm doing this, otherwise it might get distracting. Anyway, in role-playing games or in video games, players need to feel special. They need to feel like they are someone significant. I've seen it done. I mean, there's obviously the direct "you are the hero" kind of way, and I think that works. The key there is that you have to give the player some kind of intro into that they weren't always the hero. And I think, for me at least, it was one of the mistakes they made in 3rd edition Dungeons & Dragons. They went and said, first level characters are completely different and more powerful and special than everyone else in the entire world. And that doesn't jive with me. I feel that after coming through playing games like Mecton and Cyberpunk and such like that, where the players are not quote-unquote special, the players themselves, the characters, are not special. It's the choices that they make and the actions that they take that make them special, not the inherent abilities of the characters that make them special. So I tend to go towards the players are special within the world that they live in because of the choices that they make in that world, not because of their inherent capabilities. Now, the other topic I wanted to talk about was microtransaction games. Specifically, I'm talking about one I've been playing recently, which is Heroes Kingdoms. And basically the idea was that they're trying to take a game, Heroes of Might and Magic, and transfer it into some kind of online format, akin to any of the other group-styled dungeon or kingdom-building games. Quite frankly, it doesn't work. Not for this game. Or it did until they made a few tactical choices that made it kind of screw up. And one of those was the decision that they reduced the ability you could manipulate your units in combat, so that previously it was like a rock, paper, scissors, and you would say, okay, I want to have this group fighting this group, but I'm going to reduce it so that I have just enough team group to beat them. You can't adjust it anymore. You used to have an automatic calculator and a way to adjust it, but they basically said, no, you can't do that unless you pay for your premium service. To me, that's something like saying, in a first-person shooter, you can't reload your gun in between shots unless you pay for a premium service. That is, you have to completely expend your entire ammo and then you have to reload. But if you have a premium product, then you can reload anytime you want. Or we're not going to give you a mini-map unless you pay for a mini-map, like in-game mini-map. It's one of these things where this is a base characteristic of the game that make it playable. I can understand setting limits, like saying, they have the limit. They say you can only have 3 heroes and three towns. Fine, I'm okay with that. That makes sense. I'm like, great. You only can have 3 heroes, 3 cities. If you want more, you have to pay for it. Sure, I can get that. That lets me, as a non-paying player, build up his small towns, build up and have fun, and it gives the community people who want to play. But taking away one of the base mechanics of how the game works, that makes it doesn't make it fun. It makes it unplayable. Anyway, more to come.